I can imagine Jericho, such a great big city, full of everything. We can have a great education, universities, big hospitals. We can be, Jericho can be really rich because of the tourism. You know, without occupation, people will just continue coming to Jericho, and we can make business out of this. So I can imagine it as a really important, nice, beautiful big cities, and historical at the same time. Here we are standing in Hisham's Palace, one of the most amazing spots in Jericho. So Hisham's Palace is considered one of the most important palaces in the Umayyad period and in the Levant, because it represents a remarkable example of the early Islamic architecture. So now we are going to see the mosaic, which is one of the oldest mosaic in the town. And as we see, they built a dome on the top of the mosaic to protect it, because so many visitors came here to see the mosaic and the great shape of it. So they decided to close it for a while, for a couple months. Actually, they closed it for 2 years to build this project, which is really good, because now all the tourists, they can just walk on the top of the mosaic without making any mess. So luckily we get support from the Japanese people, and they give us funds to build this project. Even thank you Japan made from mosaic, which is handmade. So we can see here the tree of life. It's such a beautiful natural image. And on the right side, we can see the lion hunting a gazelle. On the left side, we can see two gazelles standing in peace. And there is such a great image, hidden message from this, which is the contradiction. It's a symbol of contradiction between good and evil. As what we see behind us, so many people still until today, they are doing agriculture in Jericho. So this is the main source for income in Jericho, for themselves, for food, and to sell as their main daily job. People here use the plastic houses, the greenhouses, because they can't wait every season to plant their vegetables, so are using these greenhouses, which is so useful, and also the land itself. So basically, our life it's about the land. From here we plant, we eat, we live, and there is a spirit between us and the land. It's like the roots. That's what we live for, and somehow. Jericho, it was full of gardens, trees, fruits, vegetables, and now especially you can see so many dates. You have palm trees everywhere because of the hot weather in summer. We have something about 45, 50 degrees. So because of this hot weather, all of the springs dried. So we have a big problem with getting water in Jericho. But once winter comes, we have lots of rain, plenty of rain, which is really help to refill the spring beneath the ground. So we can use it later and somehow to water the plants. As we see, the area is full of banana trees, other farming areas. So people, they are taking this water as a resource for their plants in the area, which is still do farming until today. So it's still so important for economic and for the way of living of the people in this area. So Jericho used to have so many water springs, natural springs, and basically now we have two main springs are still alive until today. One of them called Ain Sultan Spring. The second one, Ain Duke Spring. For the rest, if you do a tour around Jericho, you can see so many settlements, new settlements, and you know these settlements they need water, so they have to take water from the nearest springs around in the area, which is Jericho. So it's not that they are empty, but the water is stolen. They are taking this water to the settlements and they cut it, and we're left with two main springs still working until today. So now we are standing near Ain Duke Spring, which is one of the main springs in Jericho and still working and alive until today. But even though we are nearby a settlement, so the settlers from time to time they come from that main street, it's like a shortcut for them. They come all the way down here, they open the door, and they are like with guns and armed. So they come to swim inside the clean water, which people using for drinking and for farming. And nobody can do anything about this. I don't feel safe in Jericho at all. Because I told you, like maybe a small story happened with me. I was working in a farm near Jericho and it was close to a settlement, and the settlers and the Israeli army came to us and they kept us on the floor for 4 hours on the ground on our knees, and after 4 or 5 hours they let us go. So it's not safe to work in Jericho. Near my area there is a new settlement on the way, so there is a settlers became more and more. Now they are coming to my town from time to time, bothering the people, blocking the road which leads to the mountain, which they are now controlling that mountain. And in my area they consider it as Area C now, half of it. So Area C, which is the land which is controlled by the Israeli army. So they destroyed so many houses from there, you can't build a house, so now we're using these lands to do farming. So I don't see a future for this, like now there is 10 settlers, later on they're gonna be 100 and 1,000, and they are supported by the Israeli army. So I can see that they might control the whole village and there is no place left for us. They're gonna kick us out.
תראו איזה חוק.
צלם.
תצלם את המקום! תצלם את המקום!
וואי וואי. הכניס לי נבוט.
מה אתם עושים פה? יש לנו מצלמה עם דיסקה. וואו! אתה מכיר אותי!
يلا برا برا يلا اطلع اطلع برا يلا هي خدمنا ولا ايش برا يلا يا صاحب هي خدمنا حرامي يلا حرامي واحد حرامي
הרבה מצלמות, הרבה מצלמות. לא לסגור, אני רוצה לתפוס.
To be honest, before 7th of October, I used to see a bright future. But after that, and after I saw what happened in Gaza and Palestinian here around, and what I personally went through, like at some point I was on my knees for 4 hours with a gun on my head and investigation. So actually, I did some deep thinking about it, and I don't see any bright future. Actually, I see darkness.